So Ryan, just what is your honest assessment of this season for Tennessee?
I mean, I think it's fair to say that it's their worst season under Josh Heupel. Like, if you just look at the record, it's not obviously that's 2021 when you go 7-5, 7-6. If you're counting, the controversial loss in the Music City Bowl, if he was forward progress stopped and all that, not to reopen that, all of those wounds for Tennessee fans. But if you just look at preseason expectations, I think this is, I mean, I guess you could say there was pretty high expectations too coming off that 2022 season, and then you go 8-4 that year as well. But this one, I guess, just feels a little different because it's not year 3, it's year 5, and that does feel like a significant step, even though it's just been 2 seasons. And the other part of it too is, I think if you told a lot of Tennessee fans right after Nico left, and even after they got Joey, or even just a couple weeks heading into the season, like, hey, UT's going to go 8-4 next year and they're going to win in the swamp, I think a lot of people would have taken it on paper, but you see how close they were in that Georgia game. You see how avoidable the mistakes were in the Oklahoma game, in a game that felt like they should have won. And then you see how winnable that Alabama game even felt on the road, despite what that final score ended up looking like. And then obviously this last week with the inexcusable home loss, we were saying before the show started, doesn't matter who you're playing in Neyland Stadium. You can't lose by 21 points to anyone. The best college football team of all time, it doesn't matter. You're going to lose to your in-state rival by 21 points at home. That kind of just leaves a very sour taste, I think, in everyone's mouth. So to me, it's the most disappointing season of the Heupel era so far. But at the same time, it was one of the younger teams in the SEC. And I think that gives you some hope when you kind of turn the page to next season, when you look at some of the things that are exciting to see in this bowl game is, okay, well, Jaden Perlotti, Idris Farouk, just to name 2 guys off the top of your head that stepped up and played really well on the defensive side. What are they going to look like next year? Because then I think that makes you a little optimistic about where things are going forward for